Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our 20th weekly Communities of Practice Sunday check-in session. My name's Priscilla Wong, and I'm a member of the Communities of Practice team. I hope you've all had a good week, and I welcome you to this half hour of Dharma, reflection, and community connection. It is customary for us in Australia to begin any meeting by acknowledging the traditional owners of our land. I would like to start today by acknowledging the Dharawal people as the traditional owners of the land on which Nan Tien Institute resides. I also acknowledge the traditional custodians of the various lands on which you all are, and I pay my respects to the elders, past, present, and emerging. The check-in sessions have been developed by our Communities of Practice team and you, the community. In 2018 and 19, we ran a number of community days and then began these weekly check-in sessions in October of last year. The purpose of these events were as outlined above, guided by humanistic Buddhism to develop and cultivate our practice and friendships. Now more than ever, the practice has become vital, and the purpose of today is exactly that. I'd now like to introduce Mr. Joey Yeo, who is a volunteer based in Melbourne and a valued friend of the community, to guide this session today. Thank you, Joey.
Thank you, Priscilla. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all of us. Before we start our weekly reflection, let's get our minds ready through our practice of mini mindful pauses. Take a couple of seconds to adjust your sitting posture. Ensure you are comfortable. Let our eyelids fall gently and allow our breath to flow in and out naturally. Gently smile to yourself. Acknowledge the hard work that our bodies are giving us every moment. The cells, the tissues, the organs, and the other parts come together harmoniously. Let's thank our bodies. Now back to our breathing. With each breath in and out, relax one part of our body, starting from our forehead to our face, our shoulders, our arms, hands, chest, stomach, thighs, feet. With the body now relaxed, let's flow with our natural breath for a short minute. For any thoughts that arise, thank them and bring the attention back to our breathing. Whenever you are ready, gently allow light to enter into your eyes. It is so beautiful to see all of you again today. In the last 2 weeks, we talked about the notions of connecting hearts. Words and walls that divide us fade into the light. How acts of kindness can benefit the world and inspire us on the path. And last week, the qualities of pure hearts and minds. It is now a good opportunity to consolidate our thoughts across the entire song. If we look across the entire set of lyrics, we can see a possible cultivation journey of a bodhisattva, an awakened being. Starting from acknowledging the realities of our current world spinning around us, the concept of cyclic existence, to a new day and time to make things right, the concept that making positive changes is possible, an aspect of the principle of emptiness, to fading the divisive words and walls into the light, the principle of equanimity, and showing kindness as a means to benefit others and inspire us on the path, the concept of compassion. The first verse seems to encourage us to take the first step and to take consistent small steps forward so that our futures can be bright. The second verse up the standards. I once read a quote that says, "Do the best you can until you know better. Then when you know better, do better." I think that this is the message of the second verse. We talked about pure hearts and minds last week, and everyone contributed to the list of possibly infinite qualities or states of mind that are associated with pure heart. Interestingly, in the Sutra of Perfect Enlightenment, there is a segment that describes how a pure mind gradually manifests pure consciousness, conceptualizations, senses, and eventually the entire physical realm. Let us take a short moment to quietly read through the excerpt from the Sutra of Perfect Enlightenment, which is shown on the screen right now. With a pure mind, our dreams are pure. The projections of our minds are pure and beautiful too. And I think with this, we can reach the same place or dimension as what Venerable Master Xing Yun had described in his Lunar New Year quote, hearts that blossom, that bloom in all seasons. And in this moment, we can be in connection with Venerable Master and all other great awakened beings, ready to stand together and walk hand in hand for humanity, all beings and the entire universe, particularly in this beautiful place which we call Earth. I look forward to the breakout session as we deepen our conversations on the notion of a beautiful place. What are the characteristics of a beautiful place? And how can we collectively play our part in realizing this beautiful place? Oh, more icons. Thanks, Lighting. The best place is to be our mind. One can enjoy beautiful place if the mind stay positive, feels the peaceful of our heart if we start with mind, connect with people around regardless where they are using the available technology. Absolutely, and we are exemplar of that. Beautiful place is created and maintained by those of the same mind. Yeah, and in addition, in celebrating the diversity of all beings across the world. Oh, we need to help May to unmute. Hopefully Joe is into this. Thank you, Joe. Yes, and talking about beautiful minds, sort of really connected to what we mentioned yesterday, no, last week. Last week feels like yesterday to me, which is great. Your heart is beautiful. You will see everything is beautiful. Absolutely. And that's different. I think that's different from ignorant. That's being reasonable and being forward-looking and being optimistic. And that should not be seen as ignorant. I think that's a beautiful message, Tina. We shall stop here and we will continue the conversation later on in the 30 minutes. Maybe just one last point. Take little steps, yes, and there's a pure... We'll talk about it later. Coming together is an important call for action, and sustaining our journey ahead is the next challenge. Next week, in my final week for the February sessions, we will explore a final piece of song titled Harmonize. Draw insights from the lyrics on how we can sustain our collaborative, harmonious, and beautiful journey ahead, and work for a peace which is strong. Now hand over to Priscilla, who will guide us in the dedication of merit. Priscilla, please.
Let us now dedicate the goodness of what you have done to all living beings. May kindness, compassion, joy, and equanimity pervade all worlds. May we cherish and build affinities to benefit all beings. May Chan, Pure Land, and precepts inspire equality and patience. May our gratitude and humility give rise to great vows.
Thank you, Joey. We hope the check-in today was helpful to you and that you experienced the loving kindness of the community as it is offered here today. For anyone who might be experiencing a greater need than what this session could meet, or if you'd just like to drop us a line with feedback or comments, please don't hesitate to get in touch with us on the email above. For the March session, we've created an Ask the Community section to choose our topics. So we've collected a number of topics today and they'll be collated in a survey type, and that link will be sent by email shortly. And also Joe, if he can post it in the chat box today, and you'll be able to vote for your top three or four preferred topics for March, and Venerable Joey will guide us through those. Joey again will be back again for the last session. Sorry, that should be the 28th of February. So Joey will be leading us to conclude this wonderful session on connecting hearts, creating a beautiful place, and working hard for peace and harmony.